guys, welcome to another YouTube video. Okay, let me get down to it. My camera battery is not very full, so I'm gonna try and get this done before it dies, but we'll see. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is what I'm doing with my cut, because I haven't really spoken to you about it for a while. I went to Madrid for work a few weeks ago, and since then I've been doing something a little bit different. Still cutting, but it's more extreme because I don't want to be doing my cut for a lot longer. I feel like I've been doing it for ages already, and it's not a great idea to be in a deficit for long periods of time. I would say about 4 or 5 months is probably the maximum you really want to do it. Now obviously I'm not prepping for a show or anything, so I'm not looking for really drastic results. The point of my cut was to drop some fat as much as I can to get as lean as I could without going really extreme as you would for a show. So that when I start bulking again, I can maintain an all-round leaner physique as I do it. Obviously that won't work if I don't keep my diet clean. So I would have to, when I bulk, like I always do, just eat a really good, clean, nutritious diet, not be eating junk foods or processed foods, and that way I should be able to bulk, put on a decent amount of lean muscle without putting on much in the way of body fat. So that was the aim. Apologies. So what I decided to do after Madrid was just do about 4 weeks of more extreme cutting in order to get as lean as I can without prolonging the cut too much longer. So what I've changed is I've been lowering my overall calorie intake, my daily calorie intake, by around about 100 calories per week. I've just finished, today's the last day of my second week of that, and I was intending to do about 4 weeks. So the last week my calories will be quite low. Yeah, there'll probably be about 1300 calories a day, which is really low for any adult, really. But it's only for a week, and then I'll start reverse dieting. And I've also changed my workouts so they're more intense. I'm making sure that I'm only doing getting about 30 seconds rest in between each set throughout my workouts. So there's no rest times really. So there's no time for my heart rate to go back down, you know, so it's keeping the intensity up. And I'm also doing a lot of different rep ranges. So as you probably have noticed if you've been following me for a while, because I've been posting about it on my Instagram as well, is that I've been doing things like, say, ascending sets. So that's where you would go like 2 reps, then 4 reps, then 6, then 8, then 10, all without stopping. So I've been doing stuff like that, and then I've been also doing like 10 sets of 3 rep max on like heavier lifts like rack pulls, what am I doing, like leg extension, overhead press, that kind of stuff. And my battery is dead, so I'm just going to change it now, so I'll be back in a minute. Hi again, new battery. So I should take this off, quite warm now. So yes, so doing a lot of different variations in terms of sets and reps. I do a whole range every day. I do cluster sets, trisets, like 5 sets of 6, 6 sets of 5, 2 sets of 15, 1 set of 30. Like, I do loads, and I'm still doing as heavy as I possibly can within those ranges, because that is what you're supposed to do. Essentially, if you're not doing as heavy as you can in any given rep range, then you're not doing it right. Anyway, so aside from that, I've also been doing a lot more cardio. I'm not going mental with it, but what I've been doing is, so on my at the end of each weight training workout, I've been adding in some HIIT and some LISS. So for those of you who don't know, HIIT is high intensity interval training, HIIT, and that is essentially like a sprinting kind of thing. It's like maximum, like all out, as fast as you can type cardio, but only for short bouts, and then you rest a little, and then you do another short bout, and that is it, essentially. So what I've been doing on week 1, I did 1 set of 8 rounds of HIIT, and I tend to do sprints on a treadmill on a slight incline because I just like sprints. And I was doing 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, so that 8 times. So it's only a total of 4 minutes, but it is exhausting, obviously, that's the point. So I would do that, and then I would do 25 minutes of LISS. For those of you who don't know, LISS is low intensity steady state cardio, so LISS, and that is the other end of the spectrum, essentially. So it's you're still keeping your heart rate up, so you know you're a little bit out of breath, but it's not too strenuous in a way. So a lot of the time for my LISS, I tend to do either walking on an incline, like maximum incline on a treadmill, which I think is about 15 or something, the maximum incline, and pace would be about 3.5 or so, or I would be doing Stairmaster, walking on about level 4. I feel like I've got cat hair on my face. Ugh, sorry. There's loads of cats in the house all the time. I swear that stuff just gets everywhere. And yeah, so that was what I was doing for week 1. For this week, I added in another 8 rounds of HIIT, so I was doing a total of 16 rounds of HIIT at the end of a workout, and then 20 minutes of LISS after that. So reduce the LISS and up the HIIT a bit, and then week 3 will be the same, so I'll add another round of HIIT and do a bit less LISS again. So I'm constantly changing things to keep my body kind of challenged, to keep things different, to keep it guessing, and to try and maximise the fat burn as much as possible. Obviously, while you're dieting, as long as you're natural, which I assume most of you are, you know, not taking any steroids or anything, it is really hard to lose fat because your body will fight you, because your body doesn't like change like that. It doesn't like to be in really low percentages of body fat, because it doesn't feel comfortable about that, because your body doesn't know that we live in a world of abundant food and that you're always going to have enough to eat. It thinks that, you know, there might be a little drought or something and there's not enough food. You know, it's thinking in terms of when we were Paleolithic. Your body still thinks it's those times. So it will fight you to hold on to the fat when you're trying to lose it. So you've got to keep things changing. A lot of the time you'll hit a plateau and you may have to stop dieting for a little while and then go back into it. But it's different for everybody, so you have to try a variety of things to figure out what best works for you, so that you can lose your fat. So it's different for everybody. That's why you can never find a definitive answer for how to lose fat, how to lose belly fat, how to lose love handles or whatever. You can never find definitive answers on the internet or anywhere, because it is not a one size fits all kind of thing. It's different for everybody. Something that works for one person may not work for another. The best advice I can give you is to really dial in your nutrition. Honestly, if you haven't got that right, it's not going to work no matter how hard you train. If you're not really sorting out your diet in terms of nutrition, then you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. So for me, I've been eating 6 meals a day, and I've been changing that's another part of this that I've been doing. So I've been changing my carbs almost daily, carbs and fats. So I would start off at the beginning of the week on higher carbs and lower fats, and then gradually lower the carbs throughout the week, and the fats would get higher as the carbs get lower. So essentially what I'm doing is depleting the glycogen stores and getting my body to run off of fat for fuel as we get further through the week, and that should also include body fat. So yeah, but yeah, so I've been eating 6 meals a day, and I still feel like there's hair on my face, I'm sorry, this is really irritating. 6 meals a day, varying amounts of carbs and fats, not having any carbs in my evening meals at all throughout the week, to keep those earlier in the day and after workout, like immediately after workout kind of thing. And just making sure that my food sources are really clean. So lean meats, egg whites, whole eggs if I've got some fats to use, you know, green vegetables, what else? Like brown rice, like kidney beans. What's I use for carbs? Like sweet potato, nuts, you know, almonds, peanut butter, for my fats, avocado, yeah, it's not a huge, you know, it's not a really wide range of foods or anything, but there's enough variety in there to keep it not boring. And my protein is really high, so I'm doing about 1.5 times my weight in pounds. Yeah, weight in pounds. So in grams of protein per day. So that for me equates to around about 190 grams a day. So that keeps me feeling fuller, and it helps me to maintain my muscle mass, which is what I want. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to do another couple of weeks of this, see how I'm feeling, see how I'm looking, and I will then reverse diet out of it, and I'll do another video on reverse dieting so that I can explain what that's all about. And then I will sit at maintenance, so reverse diet back up to maintenance levels for my new weight, and I'll just see how I feel from there. I mean, if I feel like I want to go back and try and lose a little bit more fat, I probably will do that, and I'll go back down again gradually, just to try and lose a little bit more. Or I might just stay at maintenance until I decide to bulk again. Yeah, so I haven't quite figured out what, you know, the entire plan, but I'm not competing or anything, so it doesn't really matter what I decide to do. There's no set plan, I'm just going by what I feel like, really. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my next video, I'll record that straight after this, so I'll be wearing the same outfit and stuff, but I'm going to answer some questions that I got recently from a lovely follower from my Instagram account, who had some specific questions about how I got my abs to show. So I will do a separate video for that, because this one's a little bit long already. So I hope you enjoyed this, I hope you found it informative, interesting. Please hit the like button, please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know any further questions that you have, anything I didn't answer in this video that you'd like to know. Let me know in the comments below, and I will either do another video if there's enough comments, or I will just get back to you in the comment section. And yeah, so thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.